a world champion in two cities. Motown, 84.
That's right.
With the Tigers. The Big Apple, Queens in 86 with the Mets. A 30-30 switch hitter who played with presence and purpose. And later
Like those words.
And later the heartbeat behind Brooklyn's baseball rebirth. From Shea to Coney Island, he did not just play the game, he rerouted it in a borough soul. 25 years ago next year, I had the privilege of being part of that Brooklyn resurgence as the co-founding radio voice of the Cyclones alongside the late Warner Fusell in 2001 and 2002. I present to you Howard HoJo Johnson.
Good to be here.
HoJo.
Glad to be here. Thank you very much.
Great to be back.
That was some
again
introduction
with you.
right there.
Well, you and I have history. I love it.
It's awesome.
HoJo,
Good to see you.
Likewise, the pleasure is mine. HoJo, here's a bit of symmetry that has haunted me and still does.
Okay.
Brooklyn's final game at Ebbets Field,
Yeah.
September 24th, 1957, against the Pirates. 44 years later, in 2001,
Yep.
the Cyclones were set to play Game 2 of the New York Penn League Championship
That's
in
right.
Brooklyn.
That's
in
right.
their best of 3 series against the Pirates.
Yep.
Affiliate aside, one win away from what could have been the borough's first title since the 55 Dodgers. And then on game day, that fateful morning, 9/11.
Yep.
The season suspended, both teams declared co-champs. Bittersweet. For the borough, the 1957 departure felt like abandonment. The second, a damn tragedy. You and the boys were meant to be in the dugout for a game, a moment, and maybe a coronation. For the Brooklyn faithful, what do you remember about that time? What it meant to the team, to the fans, and to a borough that had waited nearly half a century for its flag to rise again?
Man, that's interesting. I like the way you put that. It was definitely something we wanted to celebrate in Brooklyn that night because we were going to win that night.
Ross Peoples were on the mound.
Ross was on the mound. He's our guy. We're just rolling along. We beat Williamsport there the night before, and we get back kind of late. And I wake up in the morning, and RC, our general manager, had called me a bunch of times, and I'm calling back, and he said, "Hey, some plane ran into the World Trade Center," and I didn't realize it was a jet. And he's like, "I don't know what we're gonna do. You know, everything's on hold." I said, "Okay." So I looked out the window from where the condo we were staying at down there. I looked outside and I could see the smoke coming out of the city. And I got in the car and I went to Shea. I thought that'd be better to go there and see what's up. And that's when everything started going crazy. And man, I'd never seen anything like that before in my life. We should have been there in Brooklyn celebrating that championship that night. And I wish we had the opportunity to do that. Because that's for us, that's a huge part of winning.
And the legacy and the bridge and
All
all
of
the
it.
media were going to be there.
All
the
of it.
place was going to be packed yet again.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. The fans didn't get that. Obviously, it was a big deal what happened with 9/11, but you know, from a baseball standpoint only, that was a big deal.
Let us go back to that very first Brooklyn game,
Okay.
shall we? We were all preparing for that historic opener in Jamestown. Word came to Warner and me in the press box. A Brooklyn Dodger legend was not only in the house, he was slated to perform the national anthem on harmonica. The gentleman was, if you remember, Carl Erskine.
Okay.
The great Brooklyn Dodger world champion teammate and friend of Jackie Robinson. That night he joined Warner and me and became our very first radio guest in Brooklyn. The next day, I think you were there.
Yep, I was there.
At the Elks Club luncheon.
Yep.
As the keynote speaker, Carl spoke again, this time with stories, many about Jackie, that left the room hushed and stirred. HoJo, what do you remember about those 2 days, about Carl's presence, that evening, that event, his words, and what it meant to have that kind of living history blessing the start of something new?
Well, we were blessed to have Carl Erskine there, for number one, because he did it as a favor for Fred Wilpon, who is a big Brooklyn Dodgers fan, as you know, and grew up, as a Brooklyn Dodger fan. So we had a lot of a lot of connection with those guys. Actually, Sandy Koufax
And
came to
Fred
some
were-
games during the year.
And they were teammates in high school.
Yeah, teammates in high school. So Fred was able to facilitate a lot of that, which is great. And those are some nights we'll never forget. But I remember Jamestown, and I didn't know anything about Jamestown, New York. But the one thing I do remember is it's Lucille Ball's hometown, right?
That's right.
That's the only thing I remember about Jamestown, other than the fact that we won. And it was fun going up there. I'm like, man, this is a pretty cool spot, And I'm thinking, okay. And then we finally get back to Brooklyn, and
But before we go there, I just want you. There's Carl Erskine. You're in the dugout.
yeah,
Carl Erskine is playing on harmonica.
yeah.
What were you thinking
No,
about?
I was shocked because that's nothing I can remember Carl Erskine for, is playing a harmonica. So he was just a regular guy, He would
Yeah.
come in and say hi to us, and he came to the field a few times.
He did.
Yeah, oh yeah. Good man.
So the Brooks, as we like to call the team in honor of Red Barber, the old Brooklyn Dodger announcer, opened their first 6 games all on the road, 4 in Jamestown, 2 in Vermont. After that first
Right,
game in
Vermont.
Burlington, Vermont, I'm
Wow.
gonna jog your memory. I just happened to be dining in the same restaurant where fans were swarming you and Bobby Ojeda at your table. For the record, I did try to deflect some of them that were coming.
Appreciate that.
All right. In that moment, whether before dessert, after, or at another time, did it hit you just how deeply Brooklyn still carried baseball in its soul? That the name Brooklyn emblazoned across the chest wasn't just a logo, but a legacy, a bridge to the boys of the summer.
That's right.
With so many broken hearts during that period, almost a quarter century ago.
Yeah. It started to hit me a little bit with Carl Erskine and then going to Vermont. But it really, I mean, when we got to Vermont, I remember our locker room was out in left field, back behind everything. It wasn't attached to anything. And I remember going in there, and it was old, and it was kind of rickety and broken up. And it's like, okay, this is real minor league baseball. But we had a lot of Brooklyn fans. And I remember people wanting to see me and Bobby and talk to us. And they were so excited about the Cyclones. And just, I don't know, it just kind of built everything up. So when time we got back home to our home ballpark, everything was at a fever pitch. It was crazy.
The next day, the ride from Vermont back home, preparatory to what you're alluding to, the historic home opener, felt like a pilgrimage.
It did.
Some of the kids had never been to New York City on that coach ride we all took.
Right.
As we rolled down the Major Deegan, now deep in the small hours, I turned and said to the boys, acting as the tour guide, Yankee Stadium's coming up on the left.
Yep.
A couple of the boys were laughing. Sleepy eyes were widened. And then Brooklyn. As we neared the ballpark,
Yep.
heaving into sight, a sea of lights lit the sky like a rock concert. A full media crush, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Were there. When the boys stepped off the coach, including you and Bobby and Edgar Alfonso, you guys were like rock stars.
Yeah, we were.
Do you remember what about that arrival, what the ride, the lights, the buzz signaled to you about what is about to unfold?
Well, me and Bobby kind of had an inkling of what was going to happen, that there was going to be fans and media. But the players really had no idea because they opened up on the road. And I think it really hit them when they got to Brooklyn and they saw the people that were there and the hysteria that was going on. That's when it hit them that, hey, they're part of something really special. We kind of felt it, but those guys didn't really understand it until they got there. And we just embraced it. I mean, me and Bobby had been world champs, and we're really good friends and a chance to coach together. So we were enjoying every minute of it. And I'll never forget that night, the game, the crowd, sellout. We had sellout after sellout.
Every game.
Unbelievable.
Celebrities every night.
It was incredible, man.
Ed Giuliani, Duke Stein. We had everyone coming out to the game.
Yep.
So that first home game was not just a debut. It was a broadcast event. It was on Channel 13, televised. Remember Good Morning America's David
Yeah.
Hartman?
Oh, yeah.
So David Hartman, a Brooklyn native, lifelong Dodger fan, he called the game alongside Dave Sims, now the Yankees radio voice in
Yep, Dave
2025.
Sims.
Warner and I were on the radio side. And then came the indelible 10th inning. Mike Jacobs delivering a sac fly, scoring Leandro Arias. Brooklyn win 3-2.
Wow, Leandro Arias.
What did that win feel like that night, that crowd? Did it feel like closure or a new beginning for the borough?
New beginning, really. New beginning because it's only the first game at home, and we went on to set, attendance records the rest of the year. And we had a really good team, and we were winning games, a lot of games late in dramatic fashion. Leandro Arias, he won some games for us, actually himself. He had a big home run there in Ski Span. So it was cool, man. It was legit. It made our job easy because the players came ready to play every night, and we reminded them that, hey, we got to be ready. You guys are professionals. It's not always like this, but you guys are fortunate. You're lucky to be a part of it, and we are too.
That's right.
So we're gonna do our best with you guys.
Let us remember a few players, shall we?
Wow.
Noah Tavares' 3-run homer.
Man.
That 3-homer game. Luz Portabanco's poise. That killer changeup
Crazy.
taught by Bobby O became a staff-wide signature, right?
Yep.
We lost Lou
Yeah, he died. He died.
ago.
Yeah.
Car crash.
He stuck around a long time. Played for us. Pitched for us. At another level. And I stuck my neck out for him. I wanted to see him get pushed to a higher level because I really felt like Porto had a shot, to be something, and he really wanted it too.
He did.
He was a guy you never had to convince to go out there and play hard or work hard. He did. He worked hard.
Joe Giannetti. Jay Caligiuri's leadership and sticks.
Yep.
Weren't they something?
Wow, man.
Angel Pagan's pulse.
Yep.
Hovering center field. That 2001 stuff had the New York Penn League's lowest ERA and fewest runs allowed. Frank Core's bat.
Yep. Frank Core.
Scotty Kazmir. What do you think about it?
Dang, man.
He and Pagan both carved out good big league
Yeah,
careers. And we were not the only ones watching future stars. There were others that I interviewed that you managed against, like Curtis Granderson.
Yep.
When he was in Oneonta with
Yep.
the Tigers.
Robinson Cano.
Robinson Cano and Chin-Ming Wong.
Oh, that's
Staten
right. Chin-Ming
Island
Wong.
Yankees.
Yep.
Danny Harron, Jersey Cardinals.
Now that was a carnival going over there. That was fun.
Tell
Getting
me
on the
about
bus and just getting on the bus. It was close to the ballpark, so they had a police escort for us, which was kind of cool. Hadn't had one of those in a
because
while.
Brooklyn was coming in.
Brooklyn was coming in,
Yeah.
man. We're coming in. It's Yankees, Mets, and we're duking it out. Like North and South Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? So we went in there, and police were escorting us. And I remember one time we went in there to play, and our bus broke down. And so we're pulled over to the side of the road, and I get out, and I'm in my uniform. I get out, tell the policeman, say, hey, Howard Johnson, Brooklyn. So our bus broke down, so he cleared out a path. He was able to get another bus there. And,
I wasn't with them that night. by the
oh
way,
my
so
God, yeah, it was funny. I couldn't believe it.
You were promoted to manager the next year in
Yep.
02. When was that decision made, and why do you think the organization made that move?
Well, I think they made the move because the year before was such a success, and they moved Fonzie to another level, and so they wanted me to manage, and I was happy to do it. When you get older as a player, do you remember like managers and coaches and the things they teach you and stuff, and managing the minor leagues is a chance for you to like prove out some of your thoughts, and I was excited to do it. Bobbio was not. He was there. I needed him to stay with me the next year, but he went to Double-A instead.
Yes, he did.
But
As that new season unfolded, what
Yeah.
moments still stand tall for you from the dugout
Wow.
or the diamond?
Bobby Malik was there, great guy, first round pick.
Arizona State, right?
Arizona State needed Tommy John surgery when they signed him. So Pagan was back. Wayne Lyden, I think, was there.
The Australian.
He could. The guy could.
no,
No. He was outfielder. He could fly
Right.
though.
Wayne
Wayne
Lighton.
Lighton.
Flying Wayne
He
Lighton.
could fly. I'm pretty sure he was there because I remember
Yes, he was.
him and Angel. Both those guys were on my radar as far as prospects. But yeah, it was Ender Chavez,
Chavez.
Andy's brother.
Yeah.
What a great man, what a gentleman. And we just had a blast that year. We didn't have the players that we had the year before, but we finished 500. A little disappointing, you know, that we didn't get a chance to win, but
The Australian to
we did our best.
the Australian to whom I was hinting is actually Wayne Owl. That's
Oh yeah, Wayne Owl.
Wayne
Yep,
Owl.
Yep.
Yeah, because I talked
Yep.
about
Pitcher.
him.
Oh yeah.
When you-
Casimir.
Yeah, Casimir, Scotty Cade. When you were asked to manage the club, was that a return, a reinvention, or something else entirely for yourself, having retired as a player just 6 years earlier?
Well, I went in year one as the hitting coach, and to be a manager, I think it was good for me to be able to do that because, you know, it's something that I had not done yet and wanted to experience. And so I was able to get that there. So that was the only thing. And having Bobby with me, you know, the two of us, we talked about everything. One thing we used to do that we used to get in trouble all the time for was smoking cigars in the locker room.
I remember.
Oh my God, we got in trouble so many times, but we were winning, we were doing good, you know, and let us do it.
So you had these dreamers. What did that shared stewardship mean to you and Bobby?
We took that very seriously, I tell you, because these kids come in, you know, the organization, you know, trusts them to us, and we took our jobs very seriously. And I know Bobby wanted to pour everything he could do into them, and I did the same thing. Donovan Mitchell Sr. was our hitting coach that year, second year. And his son went on to, well, he's an NBAer, the all-star NBA guy, great guy, Donovan Jr. He used to be in the dugout playing around with my son. And so little Donovan and Glen and another buddy of mine had a kid down there, and it was just awesome. So we had a great time.
What do you recall about little Donovan? We all remember him when he was about 4.5,
Yeah.
going on 5 years old back then, and his dad's contribution as hitting coach.
Yes.
Have you stayed in touch with either of them?
Oh, yeah. Donovan Sr., I see him a lot. He works with the Mets. He is, I forgot his job, like,
He's part of the staff.
he's part of the staff there. He does things with the community, like
Yeah.
promoting, you know, minority stuff that goes on.
Sure.
That stuff that needs, you know, prioritizing. And he does that, and it's great. I see Donovan a lot. And I had Donovan come to a couple football games with me over the years, last couple years. He's a big Cowboys fan. I'm a Buccaneer fan, so every time they played each other, we got
I
together.
think Donovan and I got to talk about this coming from
Yeah,
the Giants.
I know, right?
But I also
You got to straighten him out.
I got to tell him about the Dallas Cowboy memories of mine because I
Okay.
was actually born in Dallas and knew Tex Schramm years ago, so we'll talk
Man.
about that another day. But you brought up your son, and
Yep.
I remembered him very well when he was about 12 or 13.
He
back
was
then,
young,
right?
a little younger than that.
What did that experience mean for you and the family, and how has that arc continued for the both of you, and how's Glenn doing these days?
Glenn's doing great. We talk about those days a lot, and especially when, you know, Donovan Jr.'s name comes up, and or I see Donovan or whatever. But yeah, Glenn learned a lot being around the game, which is what I was very happy about. And the family was there both years. It was great. Glenn ended up playing college ball down in Jacksonville and a year at Pace. And then he was drafted by the Mets, didn't sign but got hurt, and ended up playing independent ball for about 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. And now we work together. We have a big facility in Franklin, Tennessee, suburb of Nashville, and it's going great.
Terrific.
Yeah, he runs it full time, and you know, I guess you could say he's my boss. So I kind of do whatever he asks me to do. You know what I mean? He's a little smarter than I am when it comes to that.
Well, they say the father throws the ball far, the son throws it farther.
That's
He's
exactly
extending
it. Good
HoJo,
point.
from Shea to Surf Avenue, your journey has touched generations. What fills your time these days, and how can the fans, the faithful, or the next wave of players reach you or follow along?
Yeah, well, they can follow me. I'm on X a lot, HoJo20. I think I'm on Instagram too, but I don't really post much. I think it's 20 HoJo. And Showtime Sports Academy is the name of our place in Nashville. And you can find me there a lot. I'm there all summer, and I'm there a lot in the wintertime as well, teaching. So we get after it. It's a lot of fun, and that's what I've been doing. So I do appearances and things up here, up in New York with the Mets, and different things like this with Nick. And yeah, it's good. I try to stay out in the public. It's great.
Excellent. Thank you for walking us through the borough's rebirth, from the batter's box to the dugout rail, from champions won to memories preserved. Your story is stitched into Brooklyn's return to the game.
Thank you.
And it has been our privilege, especially mine, to bring it to light. This is from the World Baseball Network.
Oh, wow.
I'm an ex-U.S. Navy guy. Lou's an ex-U.S. Army guy. The Drexel founder is an ex-U.S. Marine, so we all have veteran past.
Very cool.
Baseball Without
Thank
Borders.
you very much. Wow, that's awesome.